Good morning, everyone, or good evening, wherever you may be, or good in the middle of the night, Rachel. I'm very happy to say that our main event, 132, is here today with Rachel Gaia, and she is once again presenting her She Is AI magazine. She has also been on at least three times before. She's been on when she launched the first and the second magazine. She was also on when we were celebrating World's Women's Day. I always tell people I'm proud to be the first male brand ambassador for She Is I magazine. And Glenn is also now. Rachel, before I get started, I like to go over the news, and it's very brief today. Basically, I've only got three things in the comments section of the event. One is a thing about the Midjourney's new capabilities with SREFs. And this is somebody who's explaining a good way of working with them. That was announced last week. Also, last week had an announcement about Luma's Ray 3. What I put in this week's was a link to their website, which gives you much more detailed information about this new capability, which looks absolutely fabulous. And then also announced last week, Rubber Band now, with the help of financing from Microsoft, is doing script to video capability. Abhinav Gopal is going to be with us next week. He's going to talk about this new capability, and hopefully I'm going to get a chance to experiment around with it a little bit this week before that happens. So that's basically the news. Basically, it's reiterations of things from the last week, still things worth taking a look at when you go to the comment section. Rachel, I wanted to ask a couple questions before you start your presentation. One is, so much has happened with She Is AI. How long has She Is AI existed? Is it a full year yet?
Yes, just over a year. I think we're 14 months now. So yes, it's quite overwhelming how much we've actually achieved in a year. We now, over the past few, well, it's been worked on in the last 6 months. Our wonderful Global Advisory Council has launched in the Global South. So we're now a legally registered have a legally registered charity in Africa, and we're setting up AI education hubs in Uganda to begin with. Also, next will be Thailand and Mauritius. So we've got contracts there that we're working on, but our pilot program is in Uganda. So we've got some marvelous people working on that for us in Uganda. That's really exciting, which ties in beautifully with our magazine this month, which is Sustainable Intelligence, because our ethos is to honour the SDG goals, the sustainable goals, but also a quintuple bottom line, which is people, planet, profit, ethics, and equity, especially for women in AI, but also for underrepresented voices and rising talent in AI. So yeah, so we're in everything we do, we try to honour that. Education is a key. When we, I years ago, I was the events manager for the African Children's Choir in Uganda, and they rescue children from the slums, the very worst slums, and then educate them. But they also put together a show and bring it around the world. They've sung with the Queen and Elton John, and so it's been going for 30 years. And I was the events manager here in Melbourne for the African Children's Choir and then for the Ubuntu Youth Choir. So that was where we raised money. All the profits from their concerts went straight to their education. And the Ubuntu was them raising money for them to go into university. And when we educated these children, they become the leaders in Uganda and beyond. So this is very much along those lines, where we give women and rising voices, we train trainers in Uganda, and then they can then train as well from our education modules.
You've got people now in at least 30 countries. You
Uh,
also
yes,
started an agency, right?
yes. Jennifer Reedy has come on board as our global director of the agency, and she's at the moment
I'm
in
sorry, who was
strategy
that again? I didn't
phase.
hear you.
Jennifer Reedy, have you met
Okay.
Jennifer? She's
Yes,
quite
yes.
remarkable. She's
Right.
also been in the industry in agency work for the past 30 years as well. So she's bringing her talent and knowledge and experience for the agency. And that also goes along the line where we want to amplify women's voices. So, we're looking for it to be the largest and best women led agency, not just for art, but for business and strategy, AI, so business to business, AI in education, AI, yeah, so everything AI and consultants across all industries.
Well, I'm pleased to say I'm one of your male participants in assisting with this agency. So anytime that
Yeah.
you need my help in all the various ways that I can participate, I'm very happy to do so.
I never ever want to sound like I'm a rah rah women first, women. When we speak about our ethos for She is AI, it's a very gentle presence where we need to actually amplify women's voices in AI at this point because they have been left out of the conversation, and we know that if we don't bring the women's perspective into the coding of AI, then down the track we've got a really big issue. We need all
I,
voices to
I,
be within
I'm
AI.
100% supportive of your
Yeah.
organization and you and Amanda definitely agree with the goals of the organization. So that's why I have always, right from the very beginning, been very supportive of what you're doing. So my participation and my having you come on here and everything like that has to be read as my 100% appreciation for what you're doing.
Well, we're very grateful to have you as well, Big Al. So grateful. You've been an absolute mentor to the business and in promoting us and speaking highly of us. And yeah, we couldn't have asked for a better first ambassador, male ally.
Well, I'm anxious to see what you've got to show us about this new magazine. From what I understand from you earlier, you have a huge magazine this time. At one time, you were considering it being in two volumes. What's the situation now?
The situation is we want to print this magazine, and so I have tried to make articles shorter this time because the printing costs above 200 pages is colossal, and it will be too expensive for people to buy. This time we're actually charging for the magazine. It's not much considering how much is in the magazine, and it's around the $10 mark for the digital. Actually, I think it's 15 USD because we have a lot of video in there as well. And then we're trying to keep the costs under $40 USD for the printed version. So we'll have all the promotional materials out in the next few days, launching on the 30th of September. So it's the first time we've actually charged for the magazine. So it will be an experiment for us as well to see how well it's received. Need to honor our bottom line as well. So yeah, and there's a lot of effort and joy has gone into creating these magazines, and so much effort, not just from myself putting it all together, but the articles are there's so much thought leadership in there, and we want to amplify those women's voices. So now I'm going to share the screen. So I've just grabbed 100 pages for you today, and there's a lot of fine tuning to go, but here it is. Oops.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Oh, well, that's a good response. Yes, so Along the lines of sustainable intelligence is sustainable fashion as well. So we're looking at, I was looking at fashion here when I was designing this organic plant life and into an avant-garde looking. Our goal for She Is AI, of course, is to be very inclusive. This time especially, it's a bit more difficult when I'm putting together everybody's articles and their images, and so we want different sizes, shapes, ages, colors, everything included. Yes, we're making it a very inclusive magazine. Now, Carolina Migliaccio from the United States, she works with soul and AI. She speaks at events about keeping the soul in AI. So she has her article here. And please, I'll move this out of the way so I can see. Yes, please know there's fine tuning and tweaking that you will see in the finished copy, but I've just grabbed a quick 100 pages for you to have a look today. Izanami is Caroline Rocha. She's from Paris. She's an incredibly interesting artist. It's quite disruptive and confronting, her art. She had an injury, a brain injury, and she was held within her body until she could learn to use it again. And so she creates images that are very machine-like, where she's feeling trapped.
Hmm.
And we have Cassandra Lambert. She's a wellness expert. She talks about mental health and using AI as a companion. And there's a lot of tangible actions that you can go away with. She speaks of her personal experience, but she also gives actions that you can take at home as well. And our lovely Deanna Leonard speaks about fashion, and she's just started working with Coca-Cola as the creative director, creative AI director over there. So
Where is she located?
Atlanta.
Okay.
She's talking about sustainable fashion. Didi Falk, she is from the US as well. She talks about AI and book writing, but bringing also the emotion and soul and how to write a book with AI and what prompts to use, so it just doesn't sound like an AI written book, but that it excites the senses and the imagination so you can write your books better. For instance, these editing corrects. She was devastated when she lost the opportunity, and she's created 3 avatars for herself if she wanted Wendy. So the original was she was devastated when she lost the opportunity. Wendy would say her heart sank as the opportunity slipped through her fingers. Adam, she lost the opportunity and the disappointment was overwhelming. So she explains to you the prompts and how to use them and how to have ChatGPT write in the way that you would like it to. So it doesn't train you, you train it. Now, I never ever know how to say DP. I say Deepika, her name. Deepika Grover has some beautiful images here about women in AI.
We had her on our show about three or four episodes ago. Excellent
Yes,
person.
yeah, really wonderful. And this image of Linda, I think Linda's on the call. I just think this is the most fabulous image ever. Isn't she marvelous? So, Linda is a beautiful writer. Her articles are always fascinating to me, but also her art is always driven by her knowledge of art history And here she creates some wonderful images with artistic overtones. So she's bringing the history of art into her women with iPads and laptops. So Linda's here if you would like her to speak on her article. Once
Hi.
again, hi, she's there,
Hi. I
Linda.
didn't know if
Would
I
you like
needed
to
to.
speak on your article?
I'm just so grateful for this opportunity to share some thoughts and things that I'm seeing, not only for women, but also for, just as you said, for people who aren't being represented and need to be more so now than ever represented. And this is just so grateful for all your work. I can't even imagine how you did this. It is just absolutely stunning. Thank you so much, Rachel.
Oh, thank you, Linda. I always love Linda's writing. Linda's been in the first, second, and third magazine, and yeah, she's just a superb writer as well as artist.
Rachel, one thing I have always noted about your magazine is that you tailor the layouts for each individual person. So the magazine continues to be gorgeously put together, but keeps fresh every time you change into another person.
Yes, it's very much an artistic choice from me in that respect because every artist is different. We've got thought leaders as well, and some don't have art. They are researchers or cybersecurity like Dawn, or there's a lot of different experts in the magazine. And I love the beautiful, fresh, clean layouts of the AI art magazines like Prompt and Creativa. I love them all. But for this one, our goal is to honor each person separately and to brand them, really. I do a lot of research into each article. I go into their LinkedIn profile, I see what fonts they like to use on their websites, I see what colors that they like, and yeah, and then of course being cohesive with their imagery as well. So I try to keep it as relatable to the person who's written the article or has designed the images in the magazine. So honor each of them separately. That's the goal. So each of their fonts are different. We have the cohesive body font, consistent body font, but each of the heading fonts are tailored to them. And the way we lay it out, some are very clean lined because that is what they like, and then others then might be more artistic, avant-garde, different layouts entirely. Ren Peak, do you know Ren Peak, Al, Big Al?
For a long time.
Yes,
We go way back to when she first started doing this, and
goodness.
a lot of discussion with her about what she was doing and how to go about it, and dealing with some of the her personal concerns as well. So yes, I've known her for a long time.
Well, Ren did a very we had a storybook for her last time because she loves doing children's stories. But this article is quite beautiful, talking about Bhutan's gross national happiness, written within their government laws, and they're including AI now into those government laws of keeping gross national happiness. So, will it destroy it or will it actually amplify their happiness? So, her article's quite fabulous. And she discusses, she, oh, I flipped to early, discusses farming, weaving, government laws, there's education. So, yeah, really interesting. Philippa's an incredible artist, and she has an article here. I'll just read it. Art is a lab for healing, heartbreak, anxiety, rage, grief, fear, release. A generator becomes a partner in recovery, translating emotions into images frame by frame until the weight feels lighter. Distance becomes clarity, iteration becomes language. A red room maps the intensity of a feeling. A flooded floor mirrors the overwhelm of the nervous system. Art listens back. Her video here, she's is all in red for an emotive response. And now you said to describe the music.
Yeah, if you can.
It's operatic,
Ah,
very high operatic solo. And then she's put sound effects underneath it, like crazy sound effects underneath. So you can hear the speedboat in the water. It's fantastic.
Mm.
All that red definitely creates a response for the viewer, doesn't it? It's really quite spectacular. Flame, Rosario. I think everybody knows Flame as well. This is very reflective music.
I think she has this on her page on LinkedIn as well.
Turn the music off. It was so loud. I couldn't hear you, but you can't even hear the music, so I might as well turn the volume down. Flames, Flame was doing videos before everyone, I think. She was experimenting with videos. I remember there was one that I absolutely loved, and it looked like an IMAX theater where she was flying over a river or a lake, and yeah, it was way beyond anything that I was able to achieve. One of our sponsors, we're a global media partner for GitX Global, which is in Dubai in October. Actually, if anyone here would like to advertise, I've got a few advertising spaces left. So just send me a message, but I'm very happy to advertise for anyone in Big Al's crew. Yeah. This is an interesting article by Haley. She's also, I think she's in Ohio. And she talks about the uncanny valley, which is, it's really interesting. I think she can explain it better than I can. So have a read of that. It's where the viewer gets confused because they can't work out whether it's actually real or AI, and whether that's actually good for advertising or it's bad for advertising. Oh, these I created I created the images for Haley here. But what I was trying to convey here is, so this is a fashion and with the panda eyes. And I took two sustainable brands, which was WWF with the panda. This is a very like mask of a panda, but then it can turn into fashion as well, using the inspiration from the WWF brand, and then all the way across to something a bit different. And then National Geographic as well. Diane. she loves fractals in AI, so she speaks about that. And she's an education specialist, so she speaks about how AI can actually help her students learn visually, especially those who need a visual tool to process the idea. So she teaches with AI art. Oh, and this one of her videos. So she took her during the article, she took everyone on a bit of a journey going from art. To go back. So in nature, in the art world, in a man-made structure, and then in her cave of glowworms. That's a beautiful video, don't you think?
Absolutely.
And then we have Helena Banner. You would know her also. And she has a 1 minute video here. Would you like me to play right through
Sure.
again? This music is a soundtrack, and it's really quite a heavy metal sort of soundtrack with a voiceover, which is quite like guttural, rah, rah, rah voice about, is AI taking over? Or is it all doom and gloom? There are actually so many videos in this issue because we have not only do we have the videos from the articles, but we also have Foundation Unbroken, which has been a long coming. We're publishing all the art from Foundation Unbroken, and there's actually a 6 minute video, isn't there, Linda? The Linda one, she won the Unity, I think, was it part of the Foundation Unbroken, which was it was a really Manny and Eric put it together to honor, well, to how do we say it, Eric? The wildfires in LA. It was like Foundation AI for Good, Maribeth Woodford as well. So there was rebirth, resilience, and foundation categories, and we had winners for that. And it was to honour the people that were affected by the wildfires in LA. So we've got all those videos, and then we've also got Kimberly Offord's challenge that she had, which was spectacular. I was part of the judging on that video challenge. Was about diversity, and a lot of African American videos came through, and yeah, we'll have a lot of those videos, and the winners videos really incredible. So that, yeah, lots of videos in this one, but I haven't put them in for this sneak peek. This is Jennifer Reedy's post about AI's role for farming. So she's got the bee, how she imagines bee hives can be in the future, carts, solar powered tractors, and seeding. And Jolyn talks about diversity in AI, and there's a lot of statistics in there and how we can help change those stats. This is a beautiful article from Millspo. Jess Sands. It's military spouses, and she helps entrepreneurial women thrive with AI. So she explains how, military wives, uh, they can be left at the drop of a hat for their husbands when they're deployed, or they are required to move very quick turnaround. But she explains that the wives aren't just sitting at home waiting for their husbands to come home. They actually have their own businesses as well as looking after the children. But what that looks like when they have to move geographically with children, with their husbands away, and how AI can actually help their businesses. So that's a beautiful article there. And our wonderful Margarita, she has a little story here um, about AI in 2050. And of course, not only is the story beautiful, but the images are wonderful as well.
Margarita and I are very good, close friends. In fact, she actually lives a couple of blocks away from my rep in Portugal, and
Really,
I got him to represent her as well. We are in contact with each other very regularly.
uh, Margarita's images come from deep within her art does. She's a beautiful soul inside and out. So that's our sneak peek of the magazine.
Excellent. Well, we have plenty of time for people to make comments and to ask questions. One of the things that impressed me about what you've shown is not only the diversity of the look of things, but the diversity of subject matter and the diversity of the issues that people are applying AI to. It's really quite remarkable and uh, different from the first couple of magazines, which seem to be rather heavily on fashion. This is much more of a thought-provoking magazine this time, I think.
Hmm. Because I think it's a very important topic. It does affect us all in one way or another. And so, yes, it's a lot more article heavy this time, but also imagery and video, of course. And there's a lot, we've got some beautiful artists coming up that I haven't shown you. Nina Sabina Caballero and Wildy has an incredible article from personal experience with vitiligo and her beautiful artwork within that space, in the fashion space. We've also got incredible article, of course, from Nikki Sweeney, who speaks all about ethics and AI, and many more.
June Chow is with us. Is she in this magazine this year?
Yes, June's there. She's got her article as well. June is definitely in there. We've got June, Maribeth, Marta Solik, Mayuri Patel, Myra Roldan, Nagawa as well. I think you know Nagawa as well, Nagawa Lil. Nicola Quayle, who is in research and statistics. Raquel Harper, Rena Abdeen, Roxana Escobar, and Rubia. So Sylvia is AI for Good. So she's got an incredible article there. Rustica Lamb from New Zealand and Sandra Maria. And we've got another article from Ellie Strzelecka. She talks about mental health and AI. So yes, there's quite a lot there to keep you enthralled.
Somebody
You
once,
have to excuse me if
somebody,
my voice, my words are getting slower because of the time of the day.
somebody commented about the last magazine that the pictures were so beautiful. They just went through and looked at the pictures and didn't read the articles. I think this is a one where we're going to have to read it because there's so much important subjects being talked about. Glenn, you have a question?
Oh, not so much a question, Big Al. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, how are you,
You
Glenn?
know, again, beyond anything I could imagine, I think it's spectacular and it's only getting better. I have to echo what Big Al said, which is I think the subject matter, as you mentioned a moment ago, is getting deeper and it's critical topics. And I don't think this is, and I know you'd agree with what I'm about to say. These aren't one-off topics. I mean, they're topics that will probably be in our lifetime and way beyond. And I hope it continues in that vein. You know, I love looking at the art, as you very well know, but how deep the subjects are getting, I think it makes the art even more fantastic. You know, and not only beautiful, but heartfelt and interesting. So I thank you for that.
Yeah, we are really honoring the fact that we're having voices from all around the world speak on their experiences and how AI can help them, is helping them. So, as experts, how they can help others then. And, if we can raise the awareness through the magazine, that's remarkable. But I think, yeah, like she is AI, I think we're maturing even after a year. Maybe we've stepped into,
That's
our mature pants. And
That's
I think
exactly
the
what I was
article,
going to say. That was the exact
yeah,
term I was going to use. Because not only is AI maturing in terms of what's capable, and certainly video has remarkable change in like a year and a half. Also, in the early days of three 3 years ago, everybody was experimenting about what kind of pictures you could make or what kind of effects you could do and stuff like that. Now we're much more involved with using it for communication. And
yes.
certainly, She is AI has evolved and matured in this year, growing into something. I can't help but think that it's growing into something beyond what you and Amanda had imagined at the beginning that it could become, because it's just growing so exponentially.
Yeah, well, I mean, Vesica, Linda here. Is there anyone else? We were part of an art group with Bloom Bowers art group initially. And, that this is how we started the magazine. Oh, we should do a magazine because our art's getting so good. Uh, and
Oh,
I think Harriet's in there too. And so, yes, that's how it began. And then it just grew. It grew legs and we just kept going and going. And yeah, we do. It's meaty now. It's got substance. We're women of substance. We are. And yeah, and we want people to think. We want people to act and to join together in this mission. And I think that's what we all are doing. All of us who are within the community, we have all linked arms to join this mission of amplifying women in AI. I especially, my personal mission is to help women become experts in this field. That's my absolute driving force is I want to give them the platform to be in the magazine, to speak on stages, to speak at events, to have paid work from our agency. So growing all these pillars in it within our ecosystem so women can actually step into them, learn, and then become the expert of in their industry.
I'm not being derogatory about these particular occupations I'm going to mention, but for decades, basically, women thought that their positions that they could have would be as a nurse, a secretary, or a bank teller, and those are great, but the possibilities are so fantastic now and so wide ranging. That's why I support what you're doing. I want people to be able to maximize themselves, to be the best that they can be, not be the best. I want them to be the best that they can be so they can live with who they are and be proud of who they are and know they've done everything that they can do. Eric.
Congratulations on another awesome magazine, Rachel. Fantastic. I love where it's going, and I just particularly like the fact that you decided to make all the typography of the articles consistent throughout the magazine and just changing the headers and the headlines and things like that, because I do think it gives the magazine much more of a consistent brand look for the entire magazine. So that's something I noticed before you even brought it up. So I thought that it's a nice evolution of where you are. So nice work on that.
Thank you. It means a lot coming from you, Eric.
Do you
Anyone
have,
else comments?
I just had one other question. As I look at some of the layouts, on the digital version, obviously there's no problem with gutters on a digital version. Have you come across any problems as far as, dealing with it in the print version with the
Well, this is our first time printing.
right?
That what you saw today isn't a finished product. I actually grabbed articles and quickly put them into a flip format. What you'll receive when you buy the magazine is a lot different. Yeah, they do have. I work with a print bleed, so fingers crossed, all will be well and good.
Anyone else have a question? Comment? Well, one thing, go ahead, please, Linda.
Rachel, with the beginning of your other endeavor, the Signal, how is that going to dovetail into the magazine going forward? Or will it?
Yes, actually, if I could share my screen again, Big Al.
Please.
So we've created a LinkedIn for the creatives of Shears AI because we were missing that piece. So our community is incredible for thought leadership. Just want to go to the top. Please stop. So we've created a LinkedIn group and lots of other socials, Instagram, for artists and women in AI plus allies, of course, to help women also be seen, artists be seen, and boost their credibility. So we've created I don't know what the drawing is on the screen. So Nina, Sabina, and I got together to work out how we can create the best women in AI platform for artists. So we've created two support rules. So when you post, you actually like and comment or share twice. So every time you post in the group, you share twice, and also introduction posts. So we can actually go into into their social media or into their portfolios and like and comment. So it's a way of getting a bit more engagement, but also we will feature artists on the website, and then we have the Shears AI gallery with 3D World. We're going to have monthly art and video challenges and quarterly theme challenges. So that will be in the Shears AI magazine. So I just want to give as much value for $5 a month to our artists to amplify them. And then also we're creating an artist directory and a featured artist, but also a micro magazine. So mid-month, so it doesn't fall on my deadlines for Shears AI magazine, will feature artists in an artistic magazine. So just a mini one, PDF format, or probably we haven't done one yet. 15th of October is our first one. So a micro flip magazine, but also a featured artist in PDF format as well. So then people can use them in their portfolios. Oh, and we're also having a big yearbook as well, an artist yearbook. So yes, that was the intention behind, not just another. I sound like ChatGPT. This is not just another AI. I'm not sure if you laugh, but I do as an editor. Every sentence that comes out of ChatGPT, this is not just another. It is a blah blah blah. It's my biggest bugbear in editing ever. But yes, so we didn't want just another LinkedIn group for artists. If Chad's still there, I love yours. Don't worry. But yeah, it's something more than that where we can give our artists a platform and more credibility as well. And we've opened up nearly every social media platform. Whatever artists are using can, so some might be TikTok focused. So we've got a TikTok channel. Yes, but this will be amped up a lot next month. So I just need to finish this magazine, and then we're totally focused, Nina and I, on amping up the signal. And that was the name behind the signal. That was Nina's idea, is that we are sending out the signal for women in AI and women AI artists, and creating a reciprocal community for them. That was a long version of what you asked, I think, Linda. A long reply.
I was going to ask you also about your what you're doing, which you mentioned briefly there, is 3DD social world.
Yes, actually, have I got it on the website? No, I haven't got it available here, do I? Artist Hub, Signal, Metaverse. Here we are. I do. I forgot. So we have a special for any of our community here, $50. We've created our own Shears AI gallery, which is wonderful. We've got couches so you can sit down with your friends. I think a lot of you have seen, it's got the magazine. You can view the magazine in the 3DD gallery. That's the Shears AI soundtrack up there, video. You can watch that. We've got our store in there. Vasco's done an incredible job with the gallery.
He's a great guy to work with, isn't he?
Oh, he's absolutely marvelous. Everything that we've made it very sparse so people can actually walk around and view. He's made a second story so you can go up. When you're upstairs, you can look down on the gallery. We'll have our fashion events, fashion houses, a fashion store, all opening soon as well for our fashion awards.
So you're actually having a fashion show there, right? Or have you?
We'll live stream the fashion event. Let's see if it's opened up. So we've got our fashion awards. We're amping that up next month as well. We're extending the deadline till January now because the response has been so good, and there's a lot of students who are working on new programs in AI, and it just keeps. It's funny when we launched this a couple of months ago now, but AI has finally. I think there's AI Fashion Week that's in October, I know that. And fashion houses are actually, and marketing agencies, of course, are now using AI. So we're extending it. There's a lot more interest now. So yeah, with the fashion awards, you design, and then we'll help create the patterns and produce it for the runway next year for the Shears AI event in Thailand. So we're going to have a project runway style awards show where our finalists can walk down the runway and then be able to purchase in retail the finished products. So, and there's lots of wonderful. Oh, we're also, an exciting part of this is we're actually doing a case study, possible documentary as well, on the process of beginning with AI and right all the way through to retail. And this is for universities and fashion houses too, to raise awareness. And we've got incredible judges there too. We've got Code Create and Pattern Fast. Kirti Punya, she's from Chimera. She's just been in the Vogue Business Top 100 Innovators. Hope Frank is Top 100 CMO, Forbes CMO, Study XR, wonderful, really, really top talent. Keith Hoover was Ralph Lauren. He was the fashion director for Ralph Lauren, and now he owns Black Swan Textiles. So yes, and we've got some wonderful partners as well. So yes, we are really trying to cover all of the pillars, and yeah.
Which explains why you can be here at 2 a.m. because you never go to bed.
Oh, I do, Big Al. I do now. I actually I've got better. I had to. I broke a bit. I did. Yes, I couldn't maintain the work until I collapse, go to sleep for 3 hours, and then keep working 7 days a week. There was a point there where I was ill and over winter, and yeah. So I do try to work 8 hours a day now, but I do love getting up at 3 a.m., not 2 a.m., but like now is usually when I wake up at 3 a.m. So I can be with you all in America. So I
Well,
work on your time basically.
well, we certainly appreciate you being here and showing us this. If you could stop your sharing, I'll just ask people once more if there's any one that has any comments and everything before we finish up. This has been a wonderful, wonderful hour, and I think we probably need another hour just cover even more details about all the stuff that you're doing. But I wouldn't ask you to be up at 3 a.m. as well.
I should
4
just
a.m.
say Big Al, because I haven't mentioned Amanda at all this while I've been with you. So Amanda is co-founder and CEO, and I'm the artistic director and editor in chief. So Amanda works alongside me as many hours as I do, juggling a baby. We were, together we really put in the hours and the effort, working with an incredible team of women and men who give of their time to make all these projects happen. So very grateful to be in an amazing community as we are. So and I know Amanda, if she was here, would be thanking you also for giving us this space today, Big Al.
Well, I tell you, we're just delighted to have you with us, and we're so happy and glad to be able to support everything you're doing, and very proud of you, my friend.
Oh, thank you, Big Al.
Just as a wrap up, next week again, Alhevna Gupa will be here to talk about rubber band. I don't have it absolutely finalized yet, but hopefully the week after that, we're having Marta Solik with us and seeing her work. And then I'm planning on the week after that doing an episode that actually Eric and Glenn had requested, and that is to do a training session on using CapCut. That's what's coming up in the next 3 weeks. Rachel, once again, thank you for being here. Everybody, thank you for being here today. I'm delighted we were able to pull this off today. Anybody have any further comments? I'm going to stop the recording now. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for everyone who came today to support the magazine. It means a lot.